Bertrand Russell. When I was a student, I was interested in Bertrand Russell because he was a philosopher. He was a well-known man. He was known for his intelligence, known for his brilliance. I came across this essay, Why I Am Not a Christian. I read it. I was very happy to read it, because in those days I was not a Christian myself. And I was very happy to read what a non-Christian, especially an unbelieving non-Christian, an atheistic non-Christian, had to say about God. I was interested, I was very impressed by what Bertrand Russell said about his lack of belief in God and his lack of belief in Jesus Christ as the best and the wisest of men. Back in those days, I was attracted to Bertrand Russell and many other unbelievers. Unbelief was popular, at least in my life. I studied in a Jesuit college. Let me put it accurately, I studied in a college that was run by Jesuits. And I'd like to go to these Jesuits with my friend and quiz them on their religion. I'd like to ask them uncomfortable questions about their faith. My friend and I would ask these questions and make these Jesuits very uncomfortable. Some of them, at least, were uncomfortable to answer these questions. We used to quote Bertrand Russell. We were not very knowledgeable regarding Russell, but whatever little we knew, we used to cite those passages. So my message today is this. There was a time in my life when I was attracted to atheism, when I thought it was intellectual, when I thought it was fashionable, when I thought it puffed my ego, it puffed up my ego, and it made me feel important. And it was good to sneer at religious people, it was good to sneer at believers, and sneering seemed to be an educated and intellectual thing to do. There are men in this world who will go on researching, who will go on questioning, who will go on finding out, and that's good because knowledge must progress. Wisdom must increase. Human knowledge must increase. But if human knowledge leads one to sneer at others who hold religious beliefs, then that's not the purpose of human knowledge. That's not the best possible use of human knowledge. And those who feel that they have the answers, when they know that they do not have the answers to the real questions, are only fooling themselves into thinking that they do have the answers. They don't. So, this is what I want to say. There is something called spiritual wisdom, and that is a higher wisdom than human wisdom. There is a wisdom called the wisdom of God, and that is always higher than man's wisdom, incalculably higher. There is no comparison at all. And God said very eloquently, God's foolishness is wiser than man's wisdom. And God has presented a foolish gospel, a foolish message, which intellectual people will sneer at. Of course it is foolish. Of course religion seems foolish. Of course spirituality seems foolish. And let those who risk laughter laugh at religion. Let them continue to laugh. Ultimately, they are laughing at themselves. And this is the sad fact of life.